as you're going down the escalator, you go through those doors, and as you're going through those doors, you feel your heart beating. And then you're getting closer to the pit, and your heart beats harder and harder and harder. And then we get into the pit. And what is really funny, that 5 minutes before the opening of the opening bell, there's nobody in the pit. Then 2 minutes, everybody comes into the pit. We're all shoulder to shoulder. I've got a guy on my chest, a guy on my back, a guy on this arm, a guy on this arm, a guy on my neck. And all of a sudden, we're watching the clock. And the pit's completely quiet. And all of a sudden, we're watching it. It's 9:59, 50 seconds, 9:59, 55 seconds, 9:55, 59 seconds. Boom, 10 o'clock. All hell breaks loose. Kind of hits. You need to be able to make choices quickly and live with it. The most important thing about trading is that you can't sit there and go, what do I want to do now? Because by the time you've done that, the trade is over. The trade's got to be very quick. You need to be able to change your mind when you're wrong. That is the biggest mistake that people make in business. There are so many of my friends that I know that will be wrong in business. And they fight it, they fight it, they fight it. They have to be right. Well, being right is overrated. I lost on 60 to 70% of my trades. I made on 30 to 40% of my trades. Now, the key thing about being wrong is A, to know when you're wrong, be able to admit when you're wrong, and be able to change in midstream. You have to be the type of person who does not blame others. Okay, if I was late tonight, I could sit here and say, oh, the traffic was bad, or, you know, I got caught at a light. You know, I could make 1,000 excuses. Anybody that saw my father's speech, it was all about excuses. There are no excuses in trade. We've all said that, but nobody can make you do anything. God bless you. Nobody can make you do anything. There were times that I'd be in the pit, and I would go down. I'm like, I'm going to buy this market. I'm going to buy this market. I can't wait to buy this market. First thing I get into the pit, I go, sold. And I sit there, I go, who just said that? You know, but there are reasons why you do what you did in the pit, and I'll get into that later. But the most important thing is when you press that button, now, forget about being in the pit, you have to own up to it. You lost the money, you made the money, the market didn't make you do it, the guy sitting next to you didn't make you do it. Just because you all had a conversation, you thought the market was going up, and the market went down, doesn't mean that everyone in the room is at fault. You have to be able to take responsibility for your own actions. Now, the interesting thing was different on this screen than in the pit. In the pit, we did everything by word of mouth. There was, you know, incredible. There were no lawyers, there were no contracts. I mean, I'd trade 3 million barrels of crude oil in a day, and I would literally, it would just be by a wave of a hand, flick of the wrist, or nod of the head. And we all trusted each other. You could not lie in this business. If you lie once, you are out. I'll give you an example, $25,000 on a trade, and I run over, and I can't get to the broker that's offering, so I take him, I push him down, I buy the contracts up. I didn't realize when I pushed him, he had fallen 3 steps and hit his head on the rail. He comes up, now this guy was a linebacker for Penn State in college. He comes up ready to go. Okay, it was wild. They're holding him back. He's calling me every name in the book. They're holding me back. I'm calling him every name in the book. I'm saying to the guys behind me, don't let me go. And they're like, why? I said, because he's going to kick my ass if I get close to him. So we completely have it out, and I had just beaten him in the election for the board, so he really didn't like me at the time. He banned me from the floor. Because there is no floor, so it makes it very easy of an argument. Nice. Nonverbal communications. People do not focus enough on nonverbal communications. It is a skill that if you learn in college, it will help you through the rest of your life. There was traders in the ring that I knew that if he turned around and took a deep breath in and went like this, it was a sell order. Because he had to breathe in to say sold. You don't have to breathe in to say buy. So whenever I saw him coming like this, I would just hit everybody in front of him. I'd hit the 20s, I'd hit the 10s, I'd hit the evens, and I'd look at him and go 80 bid, and he goes sold. And that's how fast the trade was. There was a guy behind me that he would take me when he had a 500 lot order, and he would push me down to the ground, and I'd be sitting there trying to hold him up. Because he'd be panicking that he had this 500 lot order. Then when he would offer 500 lots and say that he had 500 lots and he was trying to sell them, I know he was full of shit because he wasn't touching me. So you could tell by the way that somebody winked their eye or moved their eyebrow or the way that they turned into the pit, their face, just when all of a sudden a clerk would come in and say, buy 1,000 lots, you could see the face drop. You didn't know where the order was, but you knew it was going to be a big order. So the amount of money that I made on reading other people is so important. I mean, I started that out when I started interviewing because I had done kind of trades. You got long, which everybody knows. If you're long, you want the market to go which way? Up. You're short, which way do you want to get the market to go? What's a third trade?
Sideways.
Is what?
Sideways.
Sideways, but what do you want to do on sideways? If you have long or short, those positions I should say, what's the third position? The most important position that you can ever have.
No position.
Exactly. All right. Being flat. Nothing. Zippo. Don't ever underestimate the choice of being flat. Most traders feel that they have to trade in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Those are the guys that are the addicts. Okay, those are the guys that go to Atlantic City and they fly to Vegas for the weekend just to trade. It's gambling. It's just like trading. So they it's closed on the weekend, so they go there. But being flat, if you're in the middle of a trade, again, wait, I think I'm wrong. Get out of the trade, because if you're long, you are thinking no matter what way the market's going that the market is going up. You cannot possibly think that the market's going down if you're long, because then you wouldn't be long. If the market's going down or the market's going up and you're short and you're feeling the pain, and this is all about pain and pleasure. Okay, the market's going up, and again, you have to admit, I'm wrong. Well, don't be wrong and just sit there. You can either reverse or you can get flat. Even if you're flat for a second, you'd be surprised how fast your mind will change and how clearly you'll see the market in 1 second. Now we call them nanoseconds because of the whole computer age. Ever hear the word hope in a trade? I hope the market goes this way. I hope the market goes that way. It is time to get out of the trade. There is no hoping in trading. The minute that enters into your head, you're out, because it means you're wrong. And if you just use that as you get flat. Let's say you're long. You hear the word, I hope it goes higher. You get flat. You get out, and the market screams up. How are you going to feel? Shitty. For how long?
Second.
Just a second. Because there are too many people that make mistakes and sit on their ass and go, oh, I can't believe I made a mistake. That really sucks. I can't. Oh, I should have done it this way. I could have done it this way. Forget all that. Life, there are bad trades. It's no big deal. What you got to get used to, either in trading or anything you do in life, is that you are going to make mistakes. You are going to screw up like you've never known screwing up before. Because if you don't screw up, let me tell you why electronic trading has changed everything. I'm going to tell you what used to happen. You saw it in the film, but this gives you kind of a better view. This is how, I'm upstairs. I call down to the floor. Hey, where's crude? The clerk goes to the broker. Hey, where's crude? The broker goes to me. Hey, where's crude? I'm like, 2 bid of 4. He says to the broker, looks at the clerk, 2 bid of 4. Gets on the phone, says to the guy upstairs, 2 bid of 4. He goes, good, buy me 20 lots. Okay, good, buy me 20 lots. The clerk says to the broker, I want to buy 20 lots. And the broker goes, how is it? I go, 2 bid of 4. He goes, buy 20. And then the broker looks back at the clerk and goes, okay, we bought 20 at 4. The clerk gets on the phone and goes, okay, we bought 20 at 4. The guy goes, thank you. Or, click. That's the difference. That's the difference of the speed of putting an order in. It's that fast. And what's more incredible is that you pay $2 less a contract that you would have trade online.